How you going, fat knacker?
It's just about to start. Okay. Right.
That's a good start.
No, bollocks. We're going on. Right, welcome to TFSL TV, and thanks there for Mick for pissing that up before we've even started. So we have Mick Oldfield, we have boss of Arsenal, we have Johnny, boss of Man City, and we have Hammer, who was boss of Forest, quit, and now is hopefully coming back very, very soon. Evening, gents.
You all right, lads?
Evening, mate.
Hi, guys.
Yeah, hopefully this sound will work and we can all hear you and all that rhubarb. Right, this is the first show. We're going to be doing it every Friday, hopefully. This Game World is a season 1. It's turn 20. Let's get your thoughts. First of all, Johnny, let's start with you. You're top of the tree with Man City. How's this Game World going for you?
Yeah, it's fantastic, mate. Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got to be honest. Anybody who doesn't do well with Man City wants to have a look at themselves, because when you inherit a team with so much, the players are just outstanding at this. So I didn't have to do much to it to get the best out of it. So yeah.
Right, Rob. Let's move on. Rob.
I feel quite privileged. And I was excited to. It was good to get a top team, because I've usually scattered around in Leagues 3 and 2 and so on, but yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's quite quiet in League 1 though, I've got to admit. A bit like a graveyard.
In League 1? What are you talking about in League 1?
League 1.
In Division 1, you mean?
Yeah.
Right, we'll come on to that in a minute.
Ain't League 1 the same as Division 1?
Yeah, but you threw me. I was thinking of Charlton and Bradford and League 1. But anyway, you say that you inherit a good team, but listen, 20 wins out of 20 is a phenomenal achievement. Whoever you've got, it is a full game world. It's meant to be a competitive game world. So fair play to you, Johnny. But I do agree with you. I've been critical of Division 1. I think there's a lot of managers not doing as well as they should be doing, but we can come on to that. And Nick, you started with Fulham, and then when it got really tough, you bolted like you could as soon as possible to get Arsenal.
Bolted. I think I was unbeaten in 8 games and 6 on bans.
You were doing very well. I'm only joking. Right. So
yeah, only because it were copying my tactics.
But all right. I say, move on from last night. By the way, move on from last night. No need to mention last night. Let's move on swiftly, Rob. Swiftly. What about you, Wammer?
I feel like I'm interviewing a married couple here.
We are.
Yeah.
Right. So Mick, you started with Fulham. Were you pleased to get Fulham initially?
Yeah, I were actually. I mean, I can't imagine. I mean, I've played a lot of lower division sides in different game worlds, and I've got some now. But some of these guys, St John, Somerset, like Crusaders, it's all about money, and it's like a double-edged sword. When you're in Division 1, you've got pressure of having to do and perform well, but there's so much pressure on juggling books and finances and trying to make ends meet. It really is a tough job down there. It must be.
Mick, every division and every club presents a challenge.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of it. Now, you say you were quite pleased with Fulham, so why then did you leave?
Because there's not many game worlds where I do get to manage some big clubs, and when Arsenal come,
that's because you're rubbish.
I say. I nearly had you last night, boy.
Yeah, nearly's not good enough, is it, mate?
Nearly enough. Give me another 2 weeks.
You got to play for 90 minutes, mate, when you play against me.
I had no subs. My best team were on pitch.
Blah, blah, blah.
Who scored both your goals, Knobsack? Aguero and Mbappe.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I'll get you fucking next time, Carnage. I'll get you next time, Bob.
Right.
You'll be sacked, mate. You'll be sacked before next time.
Right, I'm going to come in between you two. That sounds wrong. Mick, that's really bad. Right, you've answered the question then, because you don't often get a big club comes up in a big game road like this, and you're quite right. It was a good opportunity. So, Hammer, how are you, mate?
Not too bad, mate. A little bit ill, but
you're a little bit ill. You're under the weather. Now, you're a silly boy, because you were managing Forest and doing well, and you quit, you bloody idiot. So when you come back, you're not going to do that again, are you?
It was not that.
What's up, darling?
Bloody hell.
Hmm?
We got Hammer and Family Affairs in the background. We'll go back to you, Johnny. We'll come back to Hammer.
Okay.
Johnny, how's the game world itself? Do you think it's improved, got better, or what?
Yeah, I think it's got a good. Yeah, it's a good game, mate.
You said initially it was a bit quiet.
Well, it was. Yeah, I mean, like I say, I still think League One's a bit quiet, but I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe I'm being out of order, but Mick's livened it up a bit.
What would you like to see?
Well, the thing is, guys, I mean,
that's
I need
a terrible
to say,
thing to say to you. Actually, I just realised that.
I was just about to say, Rob, we haven't actually said for the other managers in the league who don't know me that I can't see.
No, guy. For those that don't know Johnny is blind. So obviously a lot of people do know that now, but there's a fair few people in TFSL don't know you, Johnny. So yeah. So
I don't do Facebook for reasons obvious.
Yeah.
So I rely all my information I get is from newsfeed.
Yeah.
And it has improved since you give everybody a kick up the backside. But before that it was very quiet.
Yeah. Oh, have we got?
But I think it's picked up really well since you've done that.
Oh, we'll come on to that. Hammer, are you there again? Have we got you?
Yes, you do, mate.
All right, mate. Now, Hammer, there is a strong waiting list. You're right in it, amongst it. I don't know when you're coming in because it all comes down to James. But when you come in, it'll be good to get you back.
Yeah, it'd be good to be back amongst everyone. I mean, Nottingham Forest, I see, are still doing relatively well.
They got beat 2-0 at Leeds the other day. But yeah, Gareth's a good manager.
Division 4 looks tasty, doesn't it, boys?
Now, Hammer's actually got all the results and all the leagues in front of him, so he's still kept interest. All right.
Division 4 looks tasty.
What do you want to do then today? Just quickly, briefly go through the divisions.
Hammer, who would you like? Are you prepared to take anybody to get back in Game World?
I'm being totally honest. I'd prefer to go down to Division 4.
To be honest, you look at Division 4 and it's probably the most balanced league as like finances at all the leagues. There's no big disadvantage in crowds or everything. So
it's for a personal reason why I'd look at Division 4, right? If you look at the managers list of who's actually the managers down in Division 4, and you look at some of them are arguably the best scouts around. So if I was to say, plot myself down there with all of them talented managers who all know exactly what they're doing and they all have their own game plan, and I managed to outdo every single one of them, that could arguably be the biggest upset possible that you could hand out to all of these managers that always question if someone's good enough or if someone is worthy enough of a big team. Well, you don't need to take a big team. I could take a little team and make it a big team.
Sorry, guys, I am listening, but I've got my iPad on here because we are expecting some news very soon about the Blackburn job. So we'll hopefully announce something online if James gets his finger out of his eye. Right.
Shall we do some special bongs?
No, because I suggested that, and then I think it was Hammer or someone said no, do something original because that was part of the old game world. Fair enough. That was you.
I've got to admit that I did like the bongs. I did like the bongs though.
Yeah, they were fun. You could insult people.
So Rob.
Yes, go on. Well,
I mean, beauty about this game world is of the previous game worlds, you've been able to filter out them that say they were interested and then fell back to wayside. And a little bit like Palm Tree, what you've done now, you've changed some of your managers that are coming in. Yeah. And it's like refining sort of managers that enter Game World, where most of these guys, you've already been around them in other Game Worlds, and you know they're committed to the teams and they're committed to logging on every day.
Are you talking about TFSL, Mick?
Yeah, yeah. You know what I mean? You've done it for all the game worlds and you've realised, oh, this guy sounded all right, but after 2 weeks he stopped logging in and he didn't log in. And you've sort of refined your managers where now you've really got. I mean, I'm just scrolling down list today. There's only one manager.
Yeah, go on.
Most of them have logged in today or yesterday.
Yeah, all right. Okay, Mick, I'll take your point. Yeah, TFSL, if you look on the login, everyone's logging in. That's great. So everyone is doing the bare minimum. Brilliant. But I want more for that. I don't want to be in a game world where we're just doing the bare minimum. And there's about 20 managers that they need to leave. They need to go. Then they don't belong here. And it was probably me that got them in. But I'm sorry, I thought they were going to be more active. The bottom line is, right, we've been doing this for 2 years now. Everyone knows who everyone is by now, right? If you sign up for a game world with us lot, you know the score. We do a fair amount of promotion and we do a fair amount of hype. Everyone gets told, everyone gets briefed. People take a spot in the game world, they take a team, and then they're just not active. And it pisses me off because they're blocking people coming in. And these guys are all good guys. I like them all. I'm Facebook friends with most of them. I've got no problems with them. But why do they take a spot in a really super active social game world and then do post zero, nothing? It's just a shame. It's a shame. And it annoys me. Yeah.
I mean, there's people like me who do take an active part. But if you want to put a special mention out to some of these men, like Gino Cania, I mean, stuff he doesn't write up.
Gino Ginelli.
Yeah. It must take him hours.
Can I do a shout out to Thumbs then?
Oh, do you have to?
He's brilliant. He's brilliant for every game world.
Don't say that. That encourages him. And by the way, you laughing at his jokes in the newsfeed, right?
Mate, that was so funny. It was unbelievable.
Oh yeah, it was hilarious. Yeah.
You only just didn't find it funny because it was your team it was about.
I can't take him seriously.
No, you didn't. No, you mean you can't take it.
He's got a good sense of humour, as Thumbs. I think he has.
Yeah.
I mean, he's had a few little goes at me, and I have to smile and think, I've got him back, but I think he's quite a witty man.
No. Look, listen, lads, I'm in charge of all the buttons here, right? This is not a thumbs up appreciation video. Bollocks to that. Right, I want to hear from Hammer. I've had enough of you two. Right. Hammer, when you coming back, right?
Yeah. I want a big shout out to Hammer as well. Every game world is a lot better with Hammer on it.
Well, of course it is. He's nuts. Right.
I just wish he'd bloody stopped the team.
What Hammer's saying about Division 4 being tough is right. I just want to make this point. James is, I think, now going down the route that new managers are going to have like an entry point of Division 4, or normally, not always, but normally. It depends on who goes for the jobs. But if you think about it, new managers that come in, right, are going to be really enthusiastic, hungry, and all the rest of it. And so if they're all going in Division 4, like recently, Nick Justice, Noisy, Taps, Division 4 is going to get ultra competitive. So I agree, it is a very tough division, although I think Division 2 is still the most interesting, in my opinion.
I also agree with you've got to give every manager internally a chance to apply for a team, them that are already there before you let externals in.
James is doing
that. Yeah, he is. Oh, yeah, of course he is.
Yeah, but the thing is, Mick, right? Yeah, you can give people a chance to apply, but I don't think just because someone applies and they're internal, they should get it.
No. If they're doing poorly at the club and it's just a case of bailing out of the club that they've got in a situation.
Yeah, because me and Johnny were debating this just before we come on, and we didn't agree with each other. But go on, Johnny, say what you said earlier.
Well, which bit?
The bit where you talked rubbish.
He always talks rubbish.
That's all the time, isn't it?
Right, this is how I feel about this. I've said this quite publicly. I've said it so many times. If you're doing crap, why are you applying for another job? Fix the mess you're at. Unless you're going to say, okay, I'm going down the leagues. But what gets me is these guys that are bottom of Division 4 or Division 3. They're doing awful. They've not been active, and then a big job comes up, and they say, I'm interested. Well, yeah, I think, where's your shame? Have you no shame? Anyway.
What didn't we agree on then?
Well, you didn't agree with that. You think that. See,
Go on.
if the internal managers aren't doing very well, I always say get an external in every time. But you're saying that's wrong.
I'm not saying that's wrong.
Well, that's what you said earlier.
No, it wasn't.
What did you say? Go on.
I don't think such as like Division 4 should be going for Division 1s. But at we're talking, if we're talking about Blackburn,
Yeah.
at Blackburn in Division 3.
Yeah.
So I don't see what's wrong with someone in Division 4 going for a Division 3 job.
Well, I do, because that's a good job, and if they're struggling in Division 4, why should they get it?
Well, that's a different story if they're struggling. We didn't
Right.
talk about that, did we?
But who's applied for it? Let's have a look. You've got Warren doing poorly at Rotherham. You got Craig.
Yeah, but
doing...
whoa. I want to say something here.
Go on.
I take my hat off to Warren, and one time I'd like to try that experiment with what he's doing.
No,
he's
I don't take my hat off to.
Don't you think he's brave for what he's done?
No, I think it's
What's he
bloody
doing?
stupid. It's stupid.
Do you know what he's done?
Yeah, I know
Come
what
on,
he's
mate.
done.
He's kept the proper players from Rotherham in real life.
Yeah, yes, but why? You're going to get relegated.
Because he's gonna see how far it can get him.
Well, it's going to
He's
get.
going to get him
Division 4.
nowhere. What a load of bollocks. I told you he talks bollocks, Carnage, sometimes.
No,
Listen,
I talk
Johnny,
bollocks all
Johnny,
the time.
I think Warren's a great guy. Warren's done tons of videos. He's a brilliant guy, right? But I think what he's doing right now is daft. He's going to get relegated. That's it.
We're here
That's
to play
19
soccer
plays,
manager.
16 losses. Yeah, that's when you start looking at the route you was going and think
Look,
maybe changing.
Changes are needed.
guys, do your
You're right,
experimental,
Alan.
do your experimental shit in these little pissy game worlds that don't mean anything. But don't go into a big game world like this and I think
Rob.
our experiment. I think I only buy players that Rotherham are buying in real life. And lo and behold, you're going to get relegated. Who knew?
Rob,
Who thought?
we're in a game world, and everybody wants to win, and you've got to use the entire tools of this game world
Absolutely.
to win it. So why would you stick with same bloody team?
Daft. It's daft. Anyway, it's up to him, but he's going to get relegated. So I don't think it's brave. I think it's daft.
Okay.
Sorry, Johnny.
No, it's nice to have a Carnage, but you know what I mean. It just
We'll agree on something later, I'm sure. Right. Okay.
I doubt it.
I've upset him now.
Bob, I have to agree with what Amma says though. Yeah, there's. I think I'm pretty clued up, and so does Johnny.
Amaranth said anything because you won't bloody give him chance.
Yeah.
Leave him alone. I'm going to. This is where I'm going to slide him into the conversation now. Carnage, you're jumping on gun again, right? I like to agree with what Amma said. There's some excellent scouts in old soccer man, but I think I'm pretty good. And then I'll go and I've got this player. I'll type him in. Somebody's got him 4 weeks ago. And you think, the bloody hell do they know? And like I said, some of these in Division 4, like Amma says, are excellent at picking up these. These.
So I want to hear from Hammer because he's usually pretty good at predictions. Hammer, can you hear me, mate?
Yeah, man.
All right. Who do you think's going up from Division 4? If you had to take 3 teams now.
Come on, Mr. Stats.
Come on, Amma.
All right.
Your
Crusaders.
Oh, I wish you hadn't said that. Go on.
Kiss death.
Livingston. And Burton Albion.
Yeah, Burton are managed by Flint. But you know what? What about Derry? Derry City look really strong.
Burton Albion's the informed team out the rest of them.
I think Derry. I don't know how, but Derry will go up in one of the 3 positions. I said at the start of the season, Burton and Hamilton.
I mean, there's not a real gap opening up between any of teams. Not that one win and one good result, one bad result can't close.
The top 6 or 7 are very consistent. Hamilton, Burton, Derry, Livingston, they keep winning. So, I'd like to hear from more of the managers, though. I'd like to hear from...
Yeah. Cork and Ross County need to step up because there's just a little bit of a gap opening up between 7th and 8th. but like I say again, it's not that a good win and a defeat
I don't think
counts.
Ross County will go up. I think Falkirk under Noisy have got a better chance because he's gone.
Yeah, he's on a real roll, isn't he?
Yeah, Falkirk could go crash that playoffs.
Yeah, they could do. Yeah.
Johnny, have you noticed any of the other divisions?
I've got to say, this is straight up now, because of how my phone works. I play Soccer Manager on my phone on an app.
Yeah.
And it's so obviously when I click on League One, it's all there. To get all the other divisions up, it's a flipping ball ache, it really is. Yeah. So I can't just go click.
Yeah.
So again, I rely a lot heavily on newsfeed for people to put their results up, and then I'll know how people's gone on.
Well, that's a good point, Johnny. So because more people now are doing the Facebook, and actually everyone should do that in the newsfeed as well.
Yeah,
I agree. I mean, Johnny got on to me a few weeks ago about not posting much.
Yeah.
And I said, I post all the time. He says, I never hear. And it's because I put it on Facebook.
Well, I think like for someone like some managers, whatever they put in Facebook, they sort of do the exact thing in newsfeed, and I think that's good.
That might, because some people don't use Facebook full stop and rely. There's not just Johnny who's blind that only uses newsfeed. There's a lot of people that don't bother with Facebook and rely.
Okay, lads, let's move on to Division 3. I don't know where to start really, at the bottom or the top. I think let's just talk about the promotion teams. There's only one team's going to win that division, and then it's who do you think will go up with them? Hammer, what do you reckon?
Bolton would have to be one that you look at.
Christ, they absolutely smashed Blackburn.
But then Southend are the second best defence in the league.
Very high rated team.
They've only lost twice all season.
Who's their manager?
It's Glenn.
Glenn
M.
Yeah.
Oh, Glenn M. Yeah. Right, okay. Cool.
Yeah.
And Birmingham's doing well because me and Johnny are in Thumbs Up Appreciation Society. Let's give another mention for Thumbs. I know it irritates Rob, but we're there again. Thumbs is doing brilliant at Birmingham, Rob. Come on,
but it should say they're a massive club in that division, aren't they?
Yeah, Mick, let's have it right. He's doing okay.
Say it, Rob.
He's doing okay.
Say it, Rob.
Thumbs is doing brilliant. Is that what you said, Mick? Thumbs is doing brilliant.
Just to piss you off.
Thumbs Up Appreciation Society, Rob.
Mick,
we're allowed to say
it. Is this like past the stupid pills? So Johnny had the stupid pills and now he's passed them to Mick. Is this what's going on?
Yeah.
You two are on a fucking wind up tonight. Right. Let's have it right. Thumbs is a good manager, right? He will have Birmingham in the playoffs, but so he should. They are one of the biggest teams in that division. He's doing all right. They've had a wobble lately, though, haven't they?
Carnage.
What's that?
You said about how do we press Rob's buttons tonight? I think we've done it.
Oh, easy. Just mention Thumbs every time.
Just mention Thumbs and steam comes out in his ear. It's brilliant. It's like one of these toys you used to get at Christmas. Just say Thumbs and steam comes out in his ear. It's great. Every time it works.
I'm going to cut you two off in a minute. Right. Yeah, so I think I see Thumbs bottling the playoffs like he normally does. So it'll be Reading. I don't know, Reading, Bolton, and Southend. Them three.
Reading's a big club again, aren't they?
Are they a big club? Yeah, for Division 3 they are.
I'm talking about stadium-wise. Compare Reading and Birmingham to Southend. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
they're only 24,000.
Sunderland are in that division.
Yeah.
They
should
where are they?
Yeah.
Where is Sunderland?
Where are Sunderland? Hang on.
Come on, Hammer.
Stats man.
I actually don't know.
That's just not good enough.
We're a work in progress.
I think Hammer should be on it every week. He's Mr. Stats for us.
Well, not if he can't remember.
No, not very good. I want to ask Hammer a question, Rob. You know how it's about inviting a guest on, and we need to ask him questions. I want to ask Emma a legit question, yeah?
Yeah.
And you'll get a legit answer. Go on.
Is well regarded in all game worlds. I think as a decent manager. I mean, I think he listens to too many people and makes the decisions. I think in past, but when he's left to his own resources and we are in outside influence from other people, I think he's an excellent manager.
Who is?
What I can't stand it.
Who?
Hammer.
Oh, Hammer's a manager. Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, he's an excellent manager.
Are you asking him a question or are you just praising him?
I'm asking him a question. I'm praising him, but I'm going on to question is.
God, he goes on, doesn't he?
Sure.
Yeah, goes round the houses. Go on.
Yeah.
God, Oldfield Carnage. Right, so why do you quit teams a lot when you seem to have a good team together? Is it because one person's upset you, or because I'd love to see you hold on to a team and see what you could do over like 2 or 3 seasons? You know what I mean? Because I rate you as a manager. I rate you as
Mick,
not
what's
just
the
a manager.
bloody question?
Why does he quit teams?
Fucking hell. Hammer, why do you quit teams?
In the terms of quitting for another team, or in the terms of quitting altogether?
Yeah.
When you time you've quit altogether.
Altogether,
Probably as many.
it's normally because there's normally something that I don't agree with, and if I don't agree with something,
Hammer,
Yeah, you mean Rob?
Hammer, so diplomatic.
Yeah.
But we all there's all those things that we don't agree with, Hammer, and I wish you could get a team for 2 or 3 seasons.
No, because if I see a game world that's got a lot of potential in it, and there's one little niggly thing that's getting under me,
That's a big niggly thing. He's called Rob.
I get the blame for everything.
Go on, Hammer.
TFSL has a lot of potential in it, and at the time I was disagreeing with a major thing, and I decided that it would be best in my own interest if I stepped away, because I was sticking up for someone that shouldn't have been stuck up for.
Yeah,
Do you regret it though?
But that's all it was.
Hammer?
I do regret it, yeah. But if I'm sticking up for someone the major reason behind why I was sticking up for that person is that person was not there in presence to be able to defend themselves. So why talk their business if they're not there to defend themselves? That's the only reason why I said something.
So you did it out of like being honourable as much as
It's basically, yeah.
Well, no,
that's all it is.
He was in the Facebook group, and he started that in the newsfeed.
I mean, I'm not getting on to ins and outs of this, why that, that's done. What I'm saying is if he could grab a team and hold on to a team for 2 or 3, I'd love to see what that could do, Hammer.
No, but Mick, Hammer, I just want to say this as well. When Hammer quits a team to take another team in the game world, what a lot of you know by now is Hammer loves transfers. So if he's going to So if he goes to a new team, he gets to change a new team about. He loves it. Don't you, Hammer?
Yes, I do. Yes.
That's what he
loves. He likes his wheeling and dealing.
He likes his wheeling and dealing. So that's what he likes
doing. Yeah. Oh, I'm not on about moving teams. That's no problem. I'm on about I wish I could, stop in a game world and stick in it, because he benefits every game world he's in.
Hammer's been in game worlds and stayed for a long, long time. But also he wears his heart on his sleeve, don't you? So things happen.
Yeah.
12th place, by the way, Sunderland.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, 12th.
Not good enough.
12.
Not good enough. But
no.
Who's the manager?
David Garvok. But David does a nice little feature. I don't actually understand it, but he does a nice feature every week.
On Facebook?
Yeah. Does he not put it in the newsfeed?
No, does he bollocks?
And I don't understand it, but at the top is Kev. Kev's at the top, and Cam's in the middle. And it's pissing Cam off.
Is that Mr. Nice Guy competition?
It's. I think it's based on the age of your team, the ratings of your team, but I haven't looked quite at how the points are awarded. But anyway, Kev's flying. He's top of it, and
right.
Yeah.
Like I say, he's got a bit of a fan club, hasn't he? He just needs to stick by it, doesn't he? You know what I mean?
Who's got a fan club?
Hammer. I'm in his fan club.
Are we back on Hammer, are we?
Yeah.
Oh God! Right.
He's behind appreciation. He's behind thumbs as in the appreciation league. Thumbs is top.
Mick.
What?
We moved on from Hammer. We were talking about David Garber at flipping.
Oh, we
Sunderland.
moved on. Oh, we're still on Hammer.
Yeah. Somebody give
why
him a
did you
slap.
just call me?
That was my mistake.
I get that a lot. It'll be 4 a.m. There'll be a missed call from Hammer. So, let's move on to Division 2, right? We can cover the teams doing badly later. Division 2, my favourite division. Who's going up from that, gents? Because that's a bit of a bum fight, that.
Derby's kicking ass, aren't they?
Yeah.
It's a very good manager, Mark Stewart.
Yeah.
In fact, Norwich were keeping pace with him until the last 3 games. But
You see, again, I do credit where credit's due. I know that Derby's doing well because Mark Stewart posts his things on Newsfeed.
Yes, he does. He's very good.
So I can tell you that they're on a 15-game unbeaten run.
Yeah. All right, well, I'll do that then. I'll post on the newsfeed just for you, John.
Well, sometimes Johnny comes and I'll say to Johnny, they've been talking about you on Facebook, and he'll say, what they said. I say, I'm not fucking telling you. But guess.
Right. Do you reckon today we could stick on point for one time? Who's going up from Division 2?
Nottingham Forest.
Who's top?
Derby are top.
Derby are top. By how many points?
Stats, man.
Derby got 44 points.
Yeah.
How many points have second got?
39.
All right. There's a good, nice cushion there.
And then it's 39 in third place as well.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Who's in third?
And then it's Nottingham Forest.
Okay.
I'm going to throw a spanner in the works. I think Stoke City will go up because Mark's got a very high value rated team, and after a pretty poor first half of the season, I see Mark and Stoke being very strong second half of the season. Stoke City are the highest valued team in Division 2.
And probably one of the smallest squads, Rob.
They're worth about 100 million.
Nottingham Forest have the cover in every position.
22 players, including youth players at Stoke.
What was Nottingham Forest scored last
the
game?
transfer window's opening up, so there's going to be changes.
No, but what I'm saying is, in his highest value team, we only 22 players, including youth. So it shows you what quality he's already got in his team.
Yeah, true. Yeah. And, so I fancy Stoke to go well. And I've seen Mark do good things before. So I fancy Stoke to go up.
Whereabouts are they placed?
They're outside the playoffs on 34 points, but they've not really... They've kind of been mid-table all season. Yeah, if we look at League 4...
that's 10 points they're behind first place.
They've won their last 3 league games.
They're only 5 points behind second, though, aren't they?
Yeah, they've won 3 games on the bounce. So,
I've done
that. Bristol City are surprising me. They're up there.
I'm just going for another beer, lads. Mrs. has not barmaid service in this house. Shite lately.
That's shocking. Right, so Hammer, what do you reckon? You know all these managers. Has he gone as well, Johnny? Is it just me and you?
I've no idea, buddy. I can't see, can I?
Bloody amateurs, I tell you. Right.
Hammer? He's done one, hasn't he?
Yeah, but this is always what he does. You just go with it without.
Yeah, he comes in and out, doesn't he?
Yeah, if you get him for a few minutes, you get him. Is he back?
Yeah.
Are you back or not?
Oh, it sounds like he's gone for good now.
I don't think he has.
Hammer.
I am back.
Hammer. Who's from Division 2?
I'm back.
Who's back?
Right, where did I lose?
Division 2. Who's going up?
Division 2. Okay, so Derby County.
Yeah.
They're on a brilliant run, to be fair.
Well, he's a good manager, isn't he?
See, every time I keep on saying Nottingham Forest, the only reason why I keep on saying Nottingham Forest is I know what potential they've got there. It was a team that I personally put together. So I know what potential that's
in spite of that, they could still go up.
And they've got a decent manager. No, Gareth is a decent manager. He did lose 2-0 against Leeds, who ain't even in the top 8. So
No, he's a good manager, Gareth.
Rob, You know when you said in spite of that, it went straight on Hammer's head, that, did it?
Yeah, but as long as I make myself laugh, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
So, all right, Nottingham Forest. No, I still think Stoke. I think Derby, and I'm gonna go. Well, actually, it's very interesting because Norwich have been setting the pace, but I noticed that James is selling the entire team. So I wonder what James is up to with Norwich. They've got a lot of money to spend.
It's fair. Norwich. Well, it's again. I'm sorry to keep on digging at Norwich. I'm saying they keep on screwing it up, don't they?
I know, but
they've been the team to catch. They've been the team to catch. Derby's done it and got past them, and they're on their merry way now. But Norwich has been the team to catch. Honestly, not the first.
Oh, Hammer.
They got unlucky against. They could easily push past, and then City, Fulham, Queens, any one of them could easily take over Norwich.
Yeah, just
Norwich is placing that playoffs as well.
Hammer, Norwich probably shouldn't be up there anyway. They're overachieving, aren't they? They're not one of the biggest teams in that division.
Yeah, I agree. Stokes probably.
Yeah.
Hang on a minute. You can't say Norwich are a big team in League Two.
They're not one of the biggest, Johnny. There's bigger teams in Norwich.
They've got a big personality and a manager who knows what he's doing, but he just keeps slipping up. That's all
What's
it is.
the stadium?
He keeps slipping up.
So what's about 26,000, isn't it, Carrow?
It's an alright stadium for Division 2, I guess.
Well, you got.
It's seventh biggest ground or biggest attendance.
So he's looking top 8 then, isn't he?
So he's been overachieving then, isn't he? If he's in the top 3 all season, he's overachieving.
Rob, I can well understand why he's got all his teams for sale. I don't know why it is in this game world. I've put some players for sale and I'm getting stupid transfer offers for him.
Like what?
No, it means external.
External bids.
Generous, you mean?
Yeah. Very generous, yeah.
Oh,
I've been selling up. Very generous.
This means the gap gets bigger. This is not good news. I wonder if put the wrong economy down. What's the economy?
No, I've actually checked it, Rob. It's normal economy.
Well, why?
Rob.
Yeah.
Rob, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Mick just got £19 million for an 87 rated left back.
Say that again. I just got a message from James. Say that again.
Mick just got £19 million for an 87 rated left back.
Oh, are you serious?
You know, that's what he got.
Oi, Mick. I want a word with you. I've got a couple of prospects for you. Anyway. All right.
Over £90 million.
Yeah, this is depressing. This is not music to my ears. Let's go into Division 1 then. First of all, are we all agreeing that Johnny's going to win the league?
I'd have played him a fortnight later, that'd have fucking had him.
Or perhaps a better question should be, can Man City, can a team in the top game world win every single game?
They shouldn't be.
Can it be done?
They shouldn't be. It can be done.
Will it be done?
It can be done.
Will it be done?
Johnny, I mean, I help Johnny. And let's make it clear this, Rob. Yeah?
Yeah.
I help Johnny. I press the buttons. I do not set the team.
That makes you sound like a Bond villain, Mick.
Yes, well, I probably am. Probably am. Yeah, probably. I'd like to think I am, yeah. But yeah, I have no input in Johnny's team. He sometimes picks formations and I think, fuck's sake. And he knows I don't like what he's done.
Yeah.
What do I do, Johnny? When
Well, there's like a pause in his voice, and he'll say 4-2-4, and there'll be a pause, and I'll say, "Okay, Johnny."
Okay, Johnny. If that's what you want to do. He'll play 4-2-4 away from home. All right, it's a good home for me, and I think you're fucking mad fucker. But it's not my team. And what I always say is, it's your team, Johnny. It's your team.
Right.
Again, I think. Can I just put something quickly out there, Rob?
Yeah.
I just want people to know that Mick helps me, because every time I upgrade my software on my phone, there's something less I can do on the app.
Yeah, that's crap.
So I can't choose my formation. I can't choose my tactics. I can pick my players.
I thought your wife was doing it.
She was, but now Mick does it.
Why?
Because I'm married to him now.
Right. But how is your wife?
I'll give you an example. Yeah.
Yeah.
About 4 days ago, I updated my software on my phone.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden, I can't send private messages neither.
Bollocks, isn't it? Because I remember I remember when this game was starting, and your wife was you were on a sun lounger in Spain, and we were bothering you.
Yeah. Good, yeah.
All right, listen. I don't think Man City can win every single game or go the whole season unbeaten. You will lose. You will drop points at some point. It cannot continue. It cannot continue.
I'm after him for next season, though, Rob. I am seriously after him.
I think you'll get beat at Anfield. I think Liverpool will turn you over. They're the team to beat you.
Well, I've got a big cup game coming up with them, actually.
How long you been at Arsenal, by the way?
Pardon?
How long you been at Arsenal now?
3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah, I'll just have a look at my schedule. I joined Arsenal on... My first game was Sunday, September 23rd.
So how many games have you been in charge?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Looking good in 7th place.
9, and I've won, including cup games, I've won 6, drawn 2, lost 1 against 3-2 against Carnage.
Very good. Very good.
I'm fucking gutted.
Yeah.
Where's your main target for the rest of the season, bro?
Well, I started, when I took over Arsenal, they were in 16th place.
Okay.
And in 8 games, I've got them up to 7th. And it's like everybody says. Somebody asked me early doors what would my aim be, and I says it's not disrespectful to every manager, but with finances that are available at Arsenal, I know he's sold players wrongly last player and had done things different, but you can only expect Arsenal to be in top 6.
Yeah, I was about to say top 6.
You know, you've got to aim for Arsenal being a top 6 club. If they're not, they're failing. I mean, thanks for that question. There's something that Rob will lead into other day that I wanted to pull him up tonight about, and it's about target based.
Yeah.
I've got a target. I'm still in a target based league, and it's strictly targets. I feel if you make strict targets for players, there's no long term. No manager investors long term in his club. It's all very short term. But I still believe that if managers have seem to be failing at clubs, they don't deserve to be at clubs. I don't think there should be strict targets applied. I think it's up to James to decide that this team deserves better and should be better than where they are.
Right, so let me ask you the question. Right? If created a game world, nothing was set at the start. It was just come and join in, be a bit social, have fun, right?
Yeah.
But there wasn't any stipulations about targets. Halfway through, Iv leaves, James takes over. James is just keeping things ticking for now. Would James be within his rights, say for season 2, to change things around? Do you think? To
be honest, it's James's game world, and I think for season 2.
Would you have a problem if James chopped and changed a few things for season 2?
No, because he's carried on rules that if started in season 1, and at end of the day, it's James's game world. It's nobody else's. He's bought the rights to this game world. He chooses the rules.
Yeah. So Mick, if James felt, for example, if I'm getting this right, if a manager wasn't for whatever reason doing what he should be doing, you think it would be okay for James to ask him to leave?
Yes.
Are we talking about results on the pitch, or are we talking about social activity?
That's up to James. If he makes them, but what I'm saying is, and we've had this in other game worlds. I'm not going into details, but if you set a precedent for one manager
Yeah.
You've got to be very careful about the rules you set. This is from a person who's been inside setting rules. Right?
I'm just going to get a drink, guys.
Yeah.
If you set a rule, you've got to be very careful of that rule you stipulate, that is the rule you want, because you cannot deviate. If you deviate and you sack a manager for that, then the next manager comes on, you've got to sack them.
Yes.
You cannot say there's one rule for one and rule for another.
Yes.
So James has got an 100% right to set the rules, the new set of rules at the beginning of season 2. That is up to him. That is his own game world.
Yeah.
He's kept rules as they are for season 1. But once he sets them rules, he's got to realise how he implements them rules has got to be across the board for everybody. And it's got to be very careful how he does it.
I think you're right, and I think he will. I think James is his own man. I don't think he gets influenced by external people. Hammer.
I think James is open to comments, and I think he's open to opinions. But at the end of the day, we're not a panel. He's the decision maker at the end of the day.
Yeah. I want to ask Hammer. So Hammer.
Go on.
TFSL, right? The game world. What would you like to see? Would you like to see targets introduced, or would you like to see managers told that they've got to be a bit more active, or do you think it should just stay how it is?
Honestly, whatever decision is made by James, because he's got his own ideas, is something that I believe that everyone that's behind the setup should input into it straight away and be behind.
Yeah.
He's the owner of the game world. If he's making a decision, he's making it on behalf of all of us. And if you're wanting to be a part of a game world like that, you need to understand that he's not taking influence off of no one else. He's making the decisions himself to make the setup progress into being one of the best setups on SM.
I can't argue with that. Very well put, Hammer. You said that really well. Well, nice one. What about you, Johnny? What would you like to see in TFSL? Stay as it is, or would you like to see a bit more something?
I must admit, I like to see things change so as you can progress. I must admit that. And I take on board anything the owner says. That's up to him. But I do want to point out, if you join a game world and you've been told this and this, and then the goalposts start changing, you can see why some people might not like it. Just being devil's advocate there, but I don't mind changing at all.
Okay.
Well said, Johnny.
Yeah. I think with TFSL, if we be honest, right, although we had a change of game world owner, the actual game world has been pretty smooth with hardly anything. There's been no arguments or rows really, one or two bits.
No.
It's been very easy going and easy breezy.
But if James wants to change it, I have to admit he's been honourable in keeping to IF's rules for this first season.
Yeah.
If he wants to stamp his own ownership on it on the second season, he should be allowed to do that. That's
he
his.
may well do. I honestly don't know, and he'll probably keep things close to his chest for now. But I think nearer the time, maybe he'll get one or two ideas pop in his head, because he is an ideas man. He gets a lot of different things.
Are we going to get James on next week?
I don't know. I'll answer that straight away. I don't think James will ever come on, because I think for him going on YouTube isn't something he wants to do. And we're never going to get. Listen,
why has he got a face for radio, John?
I'll let you tell him that. Previous game worlds were very interactive in terms of the YouTube stuff. We're not going to have that, and we're not going to get the whole game world watching. We're going to be lucky to get 40 views. We're going to be lucky to get half people watching. But if there's about 10, 15 lads and we rotate it and come on, we've got enough to keep these going. But
I think we've covered a lot of things today, Rob.
Yeah, but we haven't got the personnel to in my vision, you know what I'm like. I'd have all 80 managers posting videos, Facebook, and having it as interactive as you could. That's what I would be doing. But
even if we don't get a manager on, we can still do this and chew the cud, can't we?
What do you mean?
We can just shoot the breeze and have a catch up and talk about.
I tell you
what's going
what,
on.
Johnny, great idea. If James don't come on, let's get Thumbs on next week.
I'd love Thumbs to come on, but Thumbs will never come on because he's a hologram.
He's a troll.
Yeah, he's definitely.
He just trolls us.
Anyway, I think the game was going well. We said when we created it, it's going to be an easy breezy alternative. There was a lot of drama in the summer with one or two things. Looking back, I think we did an amazing job to get this game world up and running in about 24 hours, about that. That being said, just being my only bugbear now, because bear in mind what we do. If you compare this game world to most game worlds in Soccer Manager, historically this game world is very good because you've got 80 guys and they're all fairly active. So most people in Soccer Manager think, "Oh, that's a good game world," but I look at it and I still see things I don't like. So one person's active is my person's inactive. Logging on and picking your team isn't active to me. That's like doing the bare minimum. But I understand that there's a big group of people that play Soccer Manager that think I'm strange and think that actually TFSL is just fine. But I think there's about 20 managers that could do with moving on.
Just to enhance on that is me and Johnny. We've been to each other's houses. We've had some beers together. We spend most Friday nights chewing the cud. This is where idea of this come from. We've been to barbecues. He's even swam in my swimming pool. Like it's only a little.
That sounds posh, doesn't it? When he says I swam in his swimming pool, that sounds posh, doesn't it?
I say you were diving. Not that it matters. It's middle at night with no lights on, but it don't matter because if you're blind,
are we going anywhere with this?
No, but what I'm saying is
Yeah.
there is a social aspect that can be explored.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Not just apart from being logged on, and if it weren't for such as interaction that happens, it were in a previous game. Well,
can anyone answer me this question? Because I've never ever had anybody give me an answer to this question. Well, not to my satisfaction. So please, somebody try and answer this question, right? You know when you join a game world like this, in this group, this community, what it's going to entail. There's going to be a Facebook group, a website, a YouTube show. Posting we won 2-1 on the newsfeed isn't what I call being active, by the way. We've got features galore, right? So when you join this game world, you know, or you should know what it's all about. And if you don't, you quickly learn. You quickly see what's going on. So my question is, why do managers not do a thing but stay in it? Why do they hold a place in that game world but have no part in? I don't get it.
No.
Does anyone know? Can anyone answer?
There's no answer to that, is there?
Well, no one's ever given me an answer.
No, but there's no answer because you're saying, right, there's 20 managers who you want out of this league, right? Well, they might all have 20 different answers as to why they stay in the league.
Well, that's true, but not one of them I think is going to be good enough. The
problem is that Robert, end of the day, it can be abused, the system, but James is the game owner, and there should be an option where he can himself sack a manager.
Yeah, definitely.
And when it's public game worlds, no. Yeah. You know, when they're open to everybody, but when you've opened a private and you've paid for that privilege.
But, let me phrase this question in this way then, right? Because you couldn't answer the last one. What do you think these guys are getting out of it? What's their motivation for staying? If they're not taking part in any of the activities.
Well, if that's just how they play game worlds and that they're like that in every single game world, it's just what they do, isn't it?
I get that. But if they're like that in every other game world, why don't they just play in those game worlds and stay in those game worlds?
Some silly bastard called Rob went and spotted him.
I'm fucking invited him. Fucking hell. Choose your fucking women wisely, Rob.
Speechless there, aren't you, mate? Speechless there, aren't you?
Listen, we got this game world going in 24 hours.
Rob, choose your women wisely, they always say.
Right.
Well, choose your fucking managers wisely.
Alright, let me rephrase it this way round then. Okay, I'm not giving up.
Oh, so we still haven't got an answer that satisfies Rob.
No,
go on, then.
So...
Is Hammer still there?
Is Hammer still there?
You got to take Hammer as he comes, literally. So If he vanishes, he vanishes, and if he's back, he's back. Now,
Okay.
we're at we've gone past the halfway stage, right? And I've done a couple of grumpy vids. I'm doing this now. I've posted a couple of things, right? What people must know what we're all about. Must know where this game world's heading. It's a socially active game world. So
Can I go for another beer?
So do they not want to be part of this long term? Then leave. And we got a really strong waiting list. And all these people on the waiting list will get involved.
Yeah.
Trouble is, Rob, when you've let people in, and I'm not saying it's necessarily you who's let them in, but when you've let people into a game world, it's hard to get them out, isn't it?
You can't get them out.
Why is it? If I'm asked to leave a game world, I leave.
Yeah, well, some people are like that, aren't they?
Well, I don't understand.
Johnny's told me to fuck off a lot of times, but I've never fucked off.
I don't understand it. I think some people are just bloody minded. Like, I don't know.
This is on about you've done these game worlds over a lot of years. You must have a core set of managers by now, Rob, that you fucking know are good to go.
Yeah, I have, but I fell out of half of them. So
I said there's some arseholes you fell out with. I can tell you. Move on.
Well, I have moved on, but we had I was part of the creation of another game world, and we were very, very close, if not there, to 100% social activity, and that's unheard of in Soccer Manager. That was groundbreaking. And now slowly I'm having to rebuild a community again, and I think we've got a nice core in TFSL, but there's about, I'm being honest, there's about 20 guys.
I think this
if
game
I could
world,
eject them, I would. I'm being honest. I would eject them.
I think this game world is better for having one core owner that makes the decision and is responsible for everything. I think if you start getting too many outside influences that directly influence game, and I don't mean James is not open to suggestion, he's more than open to suggestions. But I think at the end of the day...
Mick, I agree with that, but do you think James is sitting there thinking, I hope all these quiet, boring tossers that never say anything stay? Do you think James cares if they leave? We got people that come in and enhance this game world. If these people just want to... there's people that offer nothing. In terms of Soccer Manager, they offer nothing. In terms of this game world, they offer nothing. So if they're just picking their team, if that's really all they do, go and pick their team, then piss off. Go and play in the normal...
Rob.
Go and play in the normal standard game worlds that are out there. But this is a special game world with a lot of people putting a lot in. And it annoys me.
I think you're answering a different question there, Rob.
What?
All Mick said them were it were good that there were one man in charge instead of people on panel.
No, I know he did, but and James is sticking to his guns and he's not going to get influenced by anyone else. But I'm saying that I don't think James does give two hoots if any of these people want to leave. James is professional and he's going to put on a professional face and say, hope no one leaves, hope you all stay. But deep down, James owns a game world. And James wants this game world to be as good and as interactive and funny and interesting as possible. So if a few lightweights that bring nothing to the game world go, I don't think James cares.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with you. Putting your results and just your results is sometimes not quite enough.
Nick, listen,
on newsfeed.
That's not enough, but some people don't even do that.
Yes. And then some people like, I think you suggest, like James himself, he inputs into the game world in a different way. He will not come and do what we do. And then we go and do our bit.
We've not named names tonight, right? But it will get to a point where I will dig people out. I will dig people out. And then we'll see how we go. But I've messaged people. I've messaged one or two people just to find out what they're playing at, like politely, Are you going to take part in this game? Well, I'm busy. I've had a really busy week at work. Well, yeah, lots of people are busy, but don't be in the game world then,
Yeah.
I went shopping and there's one manager who I've sent a message and he's seen it and he's just ignoring me. And you know, for now I'm going to be civil and polite, but at some point I'm going to be a bit more direct.
But I mean, even tonight, arranging this, and I mean, let's hold you under. What time is it now, Rob, in China?
No,
it's 20 to 4. It's 3:48.
Big shout out to Rob Harris. It's 20 to 4 in the morning. That's unbelievable.
Because I want to do these I want to do these panel shows, and I want to put on I want to contribute. What do I want? I want a game world to be really fun. I want people to enjoy it and get a lot out of it. I'm not trying to come across as an idiot tonight, right? But
no, but what I'm saying is, like Johnny says, it's late on. You've committed.
Yeah, definitely. But I did this in Russia.
I mean,
in Russia, I would be hunting down places. There was one time I had a panel show arranged, and I lost internet at home. I got in a taxi, and I lived in the middle of nowhere, and I went about 30 miles out of nowhere to a restaurant that was to get Wi-Fi, and I did the panel show there. And that was commitment.
Yeah.
And this isn't blowing my own trumpet. And I choose to do that. I'm not after nutcases doing the same as me. All right. You can argue that I've got mental problems, but I just enjoy it. It's a hobby. But
just keep on taking the tablets, mate.
It just pisses me off that certain people take part in these game worlds and offer nothing. I find it very selfish.
Yeah.
Selfish.
You were willing to do a panel show 4 hours ago.
Yeah.
Right, and then you've not panel show, but this TFSL Friday, and you were willing to do it 4 hours ago, and I said, I've got to take my son to football training.
Yeah, I know.
You know,
I've got to be up in about 4.5 hours. I'm going to be absolutely knackered. And listen, in TFSL, we're not going to get the kind of people coming on doing videos. We're not. We're going to get a few one-to-one video, individual videos that people upload, like Anthony Roach did the other day. We'll get a few of them. We'll get between 10 and 15 people come on here, and that's your lot. That's your lot. About 3/4 of the game world are not interested in this, and I understand that. So before people run their mouths off and take words out of context, I'm not saying that you should be doing YouTube videos and all the rest of it. But if you're on Facebook, put a nice post in. If you're not on Facebook and you don't like videos, be active in the newsfeed. Like what other people are doing. Show a bit of enthusiasm. Show a bit of appreciation for the effort others put in. I don't think I'm being unreasonable, and I don't think it's a lot to ask. But certain managers are not even doing that. They're doing nothing, and I don't want them in these game worlds. They don't deserve to be in these game worlds.
And can I just say something about certain managers that might be a bit apprehensive about coming on and doing a video with us?
There's nothing to worry about, is there? We're lovely.
We're lovely. We are, but we take piss. But to be honest, first and I did, I was shitting myself. Fucking hell, and all this, and as me hair, and I realised I got no hair, so it didn't matter about that. But once you're on and you break that, it's like being a virgin. Once you're on and you break your virginity, you can't get enough of it. You know what I mean? You're like a hopping rabbit. You know what I mean? You think, let's have some more. Let's have some more. What's up? What are you laughing at?
Yeah, good analogy, Mick. I honestly don't think. I just think a lot of lads just simply ain't going to come on, and I respect it. All right, even James isn't going to come on, so I'm not going to push.
Get the arse on here. Come on, talk.
Well, having said that, though, in the previous game world, you think of all the managers that did those one-to-one intro vids, right? I do believe there's enough people out there to form an 80, 100 team game world where it's completely video, socially active. I do. And even if we only had half the game world doing a vid, that's half. That's brilliant.
I mean, I have to give a quick mention to Harvey Taylor. He's a Barnsley lad. He's been in army.
Look, as we speak, right, I've got a message in the. Sorry to cut you off there, but there's something just been said in the Facebook group, and it relates to. I've got a message here from Dan Smith, right? I'll read it live on the panel. Dan's had an idea. He's thinking of doing a one-off match of the day sort of show between Sunday and Thursday for the TFSL, showing highlights. I think using his computer. I think Cam or Ben did something similar in a previous game world. Yeah, Dan, brilliant. Anything, mate.
Encourage everybody.
Yeah, whatever they want to do. Like, whatever anyone comes up with, everyone says well done and gets behind it. I've had people message me and go, Rob, I've got this idea, what do you think? I think, why are you asking me? Just do it. Like, brilliant. More the merrier.
See, even Roachy making his little statements. And like, you know what I mean? And making his videos. I've quite enjoyed Roachy doing that.
Roachy's fantastic for Game Worlds.
He is, but I'll tell you what, him and Terry have not been on their A game. I like them both, and they're both going to be in my palm tree game, but they've both been a bit quiet, and so have a lot of managers. A lot of managers were slow to get going in TFSL.
Yeah. Like I say, I'll give a mention to Harvey Taylor again. He's a Barnsley lad. He's been in Army.
Yeah.
He lives in Jersey.
Yeah. Does he?
He lives in Jersey, and he's not heard a Barnsley accent for years.
Yeah.
His has got a bit watered down over time, and he actually messaged me, I'm looking forward to it, just to hear a proper Barnsley. Hey, Harvey, old lad, you alright? You alright? You know what I mean? I just thought I'd give me a little bit of heads up to Harvey. Well done, Harvey.
Harvey, yeah,
Right,
you could pick up lots of people. There's lots of good guys. And not everyone, well, a lot of people, but not everyone will think I'm an arsehole watching this video. Some people will agree with me. I am an arsehole, and a lot of people will disagree with me, but I'm not talking rubbish here, am I, lads? Or am I? Am I talking rubbish?
No, of course you're not, Rob.
No, mate.
Even Thumbs would agree with you.
Oh, Johnny. I think...
Of course you're not, Rob.
Of course you're not, Rob.
Yeah. I do upset an awful lot of people, but I don't mean to.
So do I, funnily enough.
No, lads,
Carnage is
I want to retract everything I said. I'm really sorry to all the inactive managers. I apologise, I hurt your feelings. Dazza Russell, come back.
Can I ask, why did Dazza Russell leave?
Well, because he was inactive and he was doing a shit job.
Who persuaded him to leave?
So did he leave, or did he get asked to leave?
No. Well, James is the only one who can ask to leave.
Right. Okay.
I mean, there might have been somebody had a word in his ear and said, "What's your intentions?" But I wouldn't know. But,
you can't sack anybody for being an arsehole then, Rob, can you? Because I'm an arsehole.
You just got another message in, Rob. I just said it.
Yeah. Well, no. I mean, look. You know, there's a lot of people on Soccer Manager that don't like me. I've kind of got a name now, haven't I? I'm Marmite. I'm a bit of a twat to a lot of people, and to some people, they think I'm quite good for Game World. So and it's.
Well, I think you're a bit of twat, Rob, but I still love you.
Thanks very much. The bottom line is, if you go on YouTube, if you are doing these videos, there is a narcissistic element, and I accept that. I accept all the criticism you want to throw at me, because it's true. There is a part of that. If you're doing these sort of things, there is a bit of that, and you're a bit of a show-off and all that. I get all that. But the bottom line is really, I just want to make Game Worlds fun. That is my agenda. You know, if you've got an interactive Game World, you've got an honest Game World where you know everyone, you've got a community, it's better.
All right. And before we end, can I just say something to Johnny? You were shitting your sen before that game, you see, weren't you? You were proper shitting your sen. Carnage, you what? Laugh.
I'll tell you what, I've scored a lot of goals in the last 10 minutes. So people need to play for 90 minutes against Man City.
You were shitting. I wish I'd have played you in a fortnight when some of my
shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Johnny, I would know how to beat you because that formation you're playing is reckless. But I'm not going to say anything.
Whoa. What formation?
I don't want to give away anything to make life difficult for you, but the formation you've been playing with Man City lately is reckless.
It's that reckless. Is 120 out and 20, Rob.
Yeah, because...
And I think I played 4-2-3-1B last night, mate, which every man and his dog play.
Well, I didn't know that, so fair enough. But,
right, so shut it then. Eh?
But that other formation, if you keep playing that, you're going to come unstuck.
I played. Mick.
Somebody's gonna work him out.
I played 5 or 6 games doing 4-5-1 as well, didn't I?
Yes, you have. Somebody's going to work him out, though.
Rob, yeah. I never stick to the same formation for too long because people will just work it out.
Johnny, fair enough, mate. Fair enough.
You gotta keep people guessing.
You have. I agree. You're right. So
That's what I do.
Yeah, I
played
can't.
weeks
Got me
later,
there. I can't say anything. Yeah. And but the 4-2-4, I like it. I like attacking football and I like lots of goals, but it's only going to carry you so far. There are.
Anyway, lads.
Yeah.
I can say a final thing. I failed. I passed the baton on to Liverpool, Chelsea, Tottenham, Man United and Huddersfield. May you be more successful than I have in taking Carnage down.
Yeah.
Because it's all about taking Carnage down. We've not got to let him win. Even if he fucking draws a game. Draws a game, lads.
He will. He will.
Just take him down.
But do you think Johnny will care if Johnny wins the league and 2 cups if he drops a few points?
No, but he's after, honestly, Rob, he's after having a clean sheet. He thinks every game's a cup final now. He told me himself, lads, I pass the baton to you.
Well, it's there,
Take
isn't
him
it?
down.
Until someone takes a point off him, it's there. He's got a 0-0 in the losses and draws. So,
Park the bus, boys. Get him.
Johnny, when it comes to game night on a Thursday and a Sunday, are you getting nervous now?
I am, mate. Yeah.
Yeah. So how do you watch the game?
Will you shut up?
How do you find the result out?
Right, so I go onto Soccer Manager, and in my messages it'll say play match. So I click on play match,
right,
and it says match report. I click on match report,
yeah,
and then I scroll through and it'll say 4th minute, Aguero gets settled by Jesus. Aguero shoots. Oh, he's just missed.
You're following the text?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Mick, how do you find out about results?
Me, I don't know. If I'm in a few game worlds, if I play a team that's no manager, I just go to result.
Yeah.
But I always respect if I'm playing a live manager. I watch game all the way through.
Right, I used to, but I don't anymore because it's rubbish, isn't it? Everyone said it's rubbish.
Yeah, well, just watch it through. What do you do, Rob?
Well, I just click on the result because that game engine's got nothing to do with the actual game, is it? It's just nonsense.
No, it's not. But I just do it out of respect for another manager.
For example, right, I've never scored from a corner, ever, but I've hit the post about 27 times.
No, I always do.
So when you get a corner, you know that the goalie's going to catch the ball. But when you get a free kick, it's almost always a goal, I think, around the edge of the box.
No, to be honest, I think sometimes you get a bit of information watching game who actually is good at free kicks. If you want to try your different players and you try different players and you think, oh, he struck it well.
Lads, I've just realised, right, this is an hour and 30. Who the hell's going to watch this?
I know, Jesus Christ. I mean,
well, you said it would have been
we haven't spoke about anything TFSL related for the last half an hour.
No, it's waffle. Look, I apologise to everyone. Let's cut these down to about 30 minutes, 35 minutes from now on. Let's do it.
Get cool. In bed, Rob.
And anybody who wants to come on, get in touch, and you're on.
Well, today.
Can I just say one?
No, I was just going to say today's a one-off. We're all a bit excited. We've all got lots to say, but from now on, let's get a condensed show.
Can I just say one thing? Rob's been teaching, but have you noticed he's working further and further and further south, Russia and this and that, and he's working now. He's in south of China now, and he's working further towards Bangkok. I'm sure he's after the fucking job with them lady boys. Don't forget, Rob, they've got Adam's apples. Don't go near them. If they've got Adam's, don't go near them.
Yeah.
If you go to Bangkok,
this is outstanding advice, and where would I be without you and Johnny? Thank you for that.
Can I just ask something? What's a bit personal, please? Obviously, I don't use my camera, but you want me to, yeah?
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm looking straight down the phone. So if my eyes aren't focusing and they look a bit funky and some people might be a bit put off by it, if you let me know about it, I'll just wear a pair of shades.
It's because you're pissed, Johnny.
Johnny, Who's going to say that? There'd be a...
No, well, yeah, but don't be politically correct. Forget about PC bollocks.
Johnny, you're looking at me now.
No, but Johnny, I'm not interviewing Stevie Wonder every week.
Well, I know. I just didn't want one eye looking at you and other eye looking for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but if you're wearing shades, that'd be even worse. No.
Right. Okay.
It looks like Blues Brothers.
I thought I might look like some out of Men in Black. You know what I mean?
Well, they look like Blues Brothers if they're wearing shades. I mean, he's a Trilby on.
I'll tell you what, it's been like a bloody evening with the Chuckle Brothers with you two. Right.
To me, to you.
Yeah. So, I'm going to wrap this up, fellas. Fuck knows how long it will take to upload. Adios.
Do it tomorrow.
See you next week.
Adios.
See you later, boys.
See ya.